This tutorial will show you how to use the indicative site capacity calculator. The purpose of this video is mainly to focus on how to use the SketchUp modelling tool. For more detailed guidance, please refer to the Good Quality Homes for All Londoners guidance. There are a couple of things to check before you start using the site capacity calculator. First, you'll need to make sure that your model's background is set to the correct unit. To check this, click on Window, Model Info, and make sure you've selected meters. Then load the housing type components by clicking on the Components tray, Details, and select the folder with the toolkit. You should see the components appear here. Next, import your site plan into SketchUp. Make sure it's the correct scale. Before you begin modelling, make sure you have a good understanding of your site. The Good Quality Homes for All Londoners guidance provides a set of capacity factors to help you evaluate a site. Some examples of the questions you should consider include: what is the size, shape, and orientation of the site? Do existing open spaces, play areas, and landscaping contribute to the character of the place? Are there any heritage assets or protected views? Is the site close to local services and amenities? How do vehicles, cyclists, and pedestrians access the site? Let's begin modelling. Once you've imported your site plan, draw up the proposed roads and connections. This should improve connections for people walking and cycling and make sure that vehicle access is safe and practical. In this model, we've created a road that connects on either side of the site and introduced a new pedestrianised route through the middle of the site. Next, add any existing or proposed open spaces. Green spaces should be considered early in the design process. If there are any non-residential uses, these should be located on the site. Now, select the residential types that are appropriate for the site. This should consider the scale and character of the area. An area assessment would help to identify if the site is located within a transform, enhance, or conserve area. In this model, we've assumed that the site is in an area for enhancement, with a listed building to the east and a high street towards the north. Using the digital toolkit library, a tower is located in the northwest corner of the site, away from potential sensitive views towards the listed building. You'll notice that each block type has a footprint and shaded area to at least two sides. The shaded area is the approximate distance you'll need to offset the building to ensure that enough daylight reaches the lower levels. A row of terraces is placed along the southern part of the site, reflecting the scale and typology of existing terraces opposite the site. The proposed terraces form a new pedestrianised street through the site with a courtyard block towards the north. Modelling the site allows you to test the appropriateness of several layouts and residential types before selecting the best option. This is an example of how the site might be modelled if the area is for enhancements. Here are some other examples if the site was in a conserve area, which assumes the site is in a conservation area with various sensitive local views and listed buildings. This version shows how the site might be modelled in a transform area, where the site is next to a future public transport hub and close to lots of amenities. Once you're happy with the design options produced, open the Excel calculator provided to calculate the indicative capacity from the modelled scheme. Do this by entering the number of components by housing type and the number of stories. The calculator allows you to choose a tenure and bedroom mix. It then estimates the indicative capacity of your site. These modelled options are certainly not the only ones for the site, and they would need to be thoroughly tested if taken forward. But they can help give an early steer on the likely optimised capacity of a site and an early indication of the likely form and height needed to achieve that number.